Hello everyone, this is Val and this is day 5 of our binary options 30-day forward testing strategy using the trend martingale approach. We've had 4 days of success and let's see whether we can continue our streak today. As a summary, we're going to be only trading the Euro USD on a 30-second time frame using the trend martingale approach. And the reason why we're using the Euro USD is because it offers the highest percentage of return, which is 87%, and it is extremely liquid, and it trends very well. Remember only to use or to trade only during the US and the London session. Avoid the Tokyo session because uh, Euro USD pair is not very liquid during that session. I've experimented with trading in the Tokyo session with mixed results, so I would not recommend it at all. So right now, the first trade we're going to take is going to be based on your judgment call, as I mentioned in the last few days. So in this case, we do see that it's trending down a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and place my first trade on a put. And as soon as I do that, the first wager is going to be $1. You notice the trade pop up on your left hand side and it's stuck at that same price. That's the reason why you have 87 cents and it was white and now it's green. So it's actually positive and it's moving downward. So we did pick the right direction, but it could just change in the matter of a flip in which you could actually end up with a loss. In this case, it is a gain, so we're going to stick with a put and go with the $1. So we did start at 9:10 today, and we're going to be doing a trading until about 9:30. We did start with 1084, so target is 1099 today. But we'll take whatever comes our way at the 20-minute mark. So this is another win for us. So we're going to stick with the same direction. We're going to go with the put. We've got 2 wins, and this looks like it started with a push, and now it's a loss. And looks like we're heading for a loss this time because it spiked quite way above the price that we executed at, which was at this level, which is 11812. It's at 11305. It went slowly towards our so this point, and we want to avoid the mistakes that we had yesterday, in which we thought that the position was actually going for a loss, but it ended up being a break even. So we have to avoid those situations because since the market is so volatile during the active session, we have to actually wait for the position to close before we open our next position. Sometimes, you see that circle that the position is closing, but it could just change and flip over to either a positive or a negative or a break even. We won't know. So this time we got a gain on our second progression, so we're going to go with the call because call is what made us win on the previous execution. Alright, so we started at 9:10. We're going to go to 9:30 is our cutoff. So execution is key. You need to make sure that you have a good high-speed connection. You have to be fast with your fingers, and you have to watch the chart. So it's pretty intense. So if you're planning to do this for 4 or 5 hours a day, I would recommend that you trade for 45 minutes and take a 15-minute break and then continue for the next 45 minutes. If you do it 4 hours or 5 hours, it's going to make you really lose focus. Alright, so this is our third progression. It looks like it's going to make us money. We don't know until we wait for the last second that it closes. So in anticipation of a win, I'm going to place a $1. Okay, so this looks like it's a win. You notice the execution doesn't happen immediately. Once you place the trade, it takes about 1 to 1.5 seconds before it appears on the screen. Right, so it looks like this is going to be a push situation. So with a push, although you make a 13% loss, you're not going to recover that loss. Okay, just like this is a win. We don't attempt to recover that loss by going to the next progression. We stay at the same progression. So if you have a push at the first progression, you stay with the same $1 wager. If you have a push with the second situation, then you go ahead and stick with the second progression. Looks like this is going to be a win. Oh, okay. I thought it was a push. Because from a positive, it went to white. From a green, it went to a white just for a millisecond. So you notice how volatile the markets are at this hour. So at 9:15:30 seconds, which is right here, and then 9:15:31 was right there. But it was very close to being a push or a loss. So this is a win again. Okay, looks like this is going to be a loss. Sliver right below the put. So we're like a teetering, and right now we're break even, and right now we're at a loss. Okay, so this time it's going to be a $4 call. Right, so as far as time is concerned, we are at 9:17, so we're 7 minutes into our 20-minute session, and we are at break even right now because we had our third progression right now that's consumed all the gains that we made, and this time it is a win. So at the 8-minute mark, we are at about $6 worth of gains. Looks like this is coming up on a win, but it's just slightly above our execution price. So it could just turn, as I mentioned, it just turned the opposite way. Took a huge slide, as you notice, from this level all the way to that level. So it's about almost 2.5 pips in a millisecond. So right now, we went for a put, then it went up. this kind of zigzag seesaw action could happen. It looks like at this point we're looking at a loss, so we're going to go for a $4 call. Okay. It looks like this is also we're going for another loss, and so we go in the opposite direction on a put right now. So we had a fourth progression right now. Okay, now we have a good slide down spike, which will probably result in a gain. I'm probably about 90% confident that we're going to have a gain on this. Probably 99% right now. Okay, so we're up to about close to $7.50 in the last 10 minutes, which is not too shabby. Now we have a good down spike, which will probably result in another gain. Not so fast. Now we just sliver below, and right now we had a loss. So this time it is a loss. And we're going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, it looks like it's a gain and a loss. It's just going back and forth, and we do have a gain. So we go down to the first progression since we won, and we start with $1 again. Okay, we lost, so we go for a put. From a call, we go to a put because of the loss. As I mentioned, also in the active session, we have to avoid the lunch session because that's when volume will actually be very minimal, and it's not going to result in a major up spike or a down spike. It's going to be flat, and what you're going to be doing on a flat market is you're going to be losing 13% of your money. So if you do this for, say, 20 minutes, that's going to destroy your capital if you're on a flat market. So I would recommend, as soon as the market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 6:30 Pacific, you can trade safely all the way till about 11:30 or so, 11:30, 12 o'clock. Okay, looks like they're going up for another gain right there. Right, we have about 6 minutes on our clock. We're doing pretty moderate right now, probably about close to $10 worth of gains. So we keep up this pace, we should be getting about 14 to 15 bucks. Looks like coming for a loss. I'm going to go for a $2 call right now. Okay, 4 seconds left on the clock. It looks like this is going to be a win. So we're going to go for the $1 call in the same direction because of our win. Looks like we're going for a loss over here. So let's keep our finger ready for a $4 wager on the call. A sliver above our execution price on the upside, but it could just reverse right away. It's not a safe level to be at. Right now we're slightly at a safer level. Now we're back to negative. So it looks like we're going to go for a put there. Actually, it's a gain. So let's reverse our position. Okay, this is what we wanted to avoid. We thought of going for a loss and ended up with a gain. So I just went ahead and negated that position that we're taking. So we're probably going to take a small loss on that, but we'll go back to a put because that's the winning position. Right, we are at 9:28, so we're 2 minutes away. And let's see how this holds up. Okay, looks like this is a win. So we're going to go ahead and do another put. It's a huge up spike right there. The 11815 all the way up to 11861, almost 1.5 pips in just a fraction of a millisecond. So we'll go ahead and looks like that's going to be a loss. Let's just wait for it to close before we place our next trade. Alright, we got a minute to go. Okay, it's an up spike. Could come back down in the next 13 seconds. Let's see. Alright, looks like that's going to be a loss, so let's keep our finger ready. That's actually a gain. Okay. So, and it's 9:30, so let's, it's the end of trading because we have done our 20 minutes. We started with 1084. We are at 1096.22, so slightly below our target. We got about $12.22. And we were doing an average of about $15, $16 for the last 3 days. One thing I want to mention is, if you notice this trade right here, this is supposed to be a loss, so we kept our finger ready and went ahead in the opposite direction for the $9, but this ended up being a gain. So we went ahead and reversed our position, so we lost some money there because of the 87%. We lost about almost $1 there, and we went in the same direction. So that, that contributed to part of our reason why we did not end up at the $14, $15 level, but at the $12 level. Okay. So, but other than that, today was a successful day as part of our testing. Day 5 is, was a winner for us, and we hope that tomorrow is also going to be a success, and continue to next week and for the next 24 sessions. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.